guys. So today I wanted to talk to you all about what's called nerve stretching, nerve flossing, nerve gliding, whatever. So, especially those of us who are working a lot from the computer and are working a lot from home right now, your wrists being either in an extended position, this is called, or a flexed position for long periods of time throughout the day, we can do a billion forearm stretches or wrist stretches and it's not going to do shit for us. Because what happens is if your nerves live in there, right? So if your nerves are living in there and aren't really moving very much, in addition to muscle, you cranking on that muscle is just going to further aggravate the nerve when we should be giving a little more TLC to the nerve itself. So today we're going to go over 3 nerve stretching / gliding exercises for nerves that travel through your arm and will be beneficial for you to add to your everyday life, your everyday training. It's a good break from work. Doing about 20 of these at least 3 times a day. You can do it more often if you like. This is not to be taken as medical advice. It's purely for educational and informational purposes only. These stretches should not bring on any burning pain, numbness, tingling. You should feel kind of like a stretching sensation. If you are feeling any of those other things, please consult your medical provider, including a physical therapist near you. Make sure you check what's called direct access laws in your state. That means you can go see a physical therapist without a script from your doctor for a certain period of time, depending on where you live. So give these a shot. If it sounds like something that's good for you, let me know what you think. Drop a comment or a question below and let's get to it. So the first nerve we're going to hit is the median nerve. And what this nerve affects is your palm, the first 3.5 fingers on the palm side of your hand. And then if you flip your hand over, it's the tips of the first 3 fingers of your hand. And how you're going to kind of glide this nerve through your musculature is you're going to take your opposite hand, put it on your shoulder. That's just a reinforcement to remind yourself to keep your shoulder down. We don't want it hiking throughout this exercise. You're going to raise your arm. Let's try straight out to the side first and see how that feels. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to bend your wrist down towards the ground and then back up towards you as you curl your elbow in. And you're just going to kind of come in and out of those motions. You might feel a slight tug, especially on the underside of your wrist there. That's normal. It shouldn't be burning. It shouldn't be painful. It should just feel like a stretch. So if you're like, there's no way in hell I'm getting my arm like that, you're going to drop the height of your arm and see how it feels and kind of assess in different ranges. The higher your arm is, the more likely you'll probably feel this stretch. It should be a gentle tug. It should not be painful. If it is, you're just not ready for that position yet. To take this stretch a bit further, we're going to incorporate head motions. And the importance of this is because your nervous system, so your spinal cord, your brain, are encapsulated in what's called dura, and your nerves run through these sheaths. And stretching it from the top down could sometimes give an added stretch. Again, this should not be painful. It's going to feel more intense than when your head was still. So the way to do that is we're going to assume the same position, making sure that shoulder is down, and you're going to bend your fingers down to the ground as you tilt your head to the opposite side, and then you're going to curl them back up and your head's going to tilt towards the working arm. And you're going to do a couple of these. As a cautionary tale, you're going to actually play with the range of motion of where your arm is again, because again, this is a more intense stretch on your nerve. So you might have to bring it a little bit lower. The next nerve we're going to do is the radial nerve, and this runs on the back of your arm towards like the outside part. So you're going to start with your arm. Again, we're going to put our opposite arm on the shoulder to keep it down. You're going to start with your arm down at your side, elbow straight, palm is facing backwards. And all you're going to do is you're going to bend your wrist up, and then you're going to bring it back down. Bend it up, bring it back down. Again, if we want to incorporate some added tension on this nerve because you're just not feeling it, we're going to do some head motions. So when you bring your wrist back, you're going to tilt your head towards the opposite side, and then you're going to bring it back to start. Tilt it towards the opposite side and bring it back to start. And lastly, we have the big kahuna, the ulnar nerve. And this nerve travels from your shoulder along the inside of your arm, past your elbow, and toward your wrist. And a lot of people with what's called golfer's elbow will complain of pain on the inside of their elbow. And this could include ulnar nerve inflammation. So if that's something you're experiencing, this might be a good one for you. What you're going to do is you're going to assume the position again. So opposite arm or opposite hand on the opposite shoulder. And you're going to kind of push that shoulder down, keep it down. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your arm up. Your palm should be facing away from you. We're playing with the level, the height here again. So whatever is comfortable, you're going to bend your fingers back towards your head. And then you're going to straighten your arm and bend them towards the ground. So bend the arm, fingers back towards your head. Straighten the arm, fingers towards the ground. I honestly feel it like before I even start. So this is a good one for me. And then again, we're going to try to incorporate those head movements. So as you straighten, you're going to bend your head towards the opposite side. And then you're going to bend it towards your arm as you bring your arm back in.